Okay, good
Some
evening.
photos.
This is the June 5th, 2025 meeting of the Affordable Housing Trust. In the room, we have
Paul Armstrong.
Nicholas LaJoy.
and Jean Landis Nauman. Don't see any other members online at this time. So at 5:03, okay, the first order of business is our minutes from the last time. And believe it or not, that was April 3rd.
It's okay.
Did you both have a chance to review them?
I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay,
Second that.
all right, any discussion or corrections? No? All right, take a voice vote, Paul.
Paul, I.
Nick, I.
Jean, I, 3-0. If you see anybody come in, just let me know. Okay, CPC request was approved at town meeting. You were there. Were you at town meeting?
I did make it. at the time.
Okay, so, without any question at all, so that went through. The proposed ADU zoning bylaw warrant article was approved, without any discussion, because it came right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was pretty simple.
we were zooming along and then somebody said,
Yeah.
I'd like to count how many people are here. And we
Wow.
didn't have enough, so we took a 15-minute break and everybody picked up their cell phone and called whoever they knew to come down. So we
Yeah.
could finish, because
Nice
there's really,
try.
what,
Yeah.
2 or 3
Yeah,
articles
nice
left.
try. The moderator was burning.
Don't cry in him. There was no reason for
Yeah.
that. We were so close to the end.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't happy with him. Vote on
With the
previous
proceedings.
article. Yeah. Okay, planning board activity regarding housing. I don't know of any. Do you know of anything they're doing there?
Nothing.
Okay, updates from the town planner. I have to confess, I did not contact her for any updates. However, she did send us an email saying they received their grant award. We just heard after 10 months, we received the EEA grant to update the town's housing production plan. OCPC is the contractor, that's Old Colony Planning Council. That means we will be relying on the match that the Affordable Housing Trust had offered. Once the paperwork is processed, we will get started. And then she sent me a second email saying, based on this grant award, the Kingston Affordable Housing Trust voted to support a 10% match for the grant, and the planning board voted to support in-kind staff time and a 10% cash match from the public benefit accounts. With the grant award at $44,000, the affordable housing portion will be $4,400. The planning board portion is $4,400. In-kind services by the town planner are estimated at approximately 55 hours or $3,300. So we had already approved this. So what I need tonight are signatures. So I have the whole package here. I didn't fill it out. Okay, 4,400. This is coming from the Affordable Housing
This is
Trust.
the understanding that for some reason, there's, the contract increases, we'll still kick in at 10% or whatever.
I'm sorry, say that again.
We said we do our 10% match,
Mhm,
and right now they say it's $44,000.
right.
If in fact it comes in for some reason, we'll still support, suppose it goes up to $4,700.
Yeah, we had said that we
Yeah.
would do the 10%.
Just checking, going for the record.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, Housing Trust. Thought this would have our. Good grant. Mhm. EEA. Signatures
Any place in particular? Oh, up there.
up there at the top, yeah.
You can actually read your writing. All right.
Great. Let them figure out how to pay them. All right, I did send a quarterly report to the CPC. It was a little late. It didn't get out till May 6th. I did send you a copy of that. Was there anything that you think I missed, or because we'll owe another one in July?
Change the date.
It'll say,
About 15 years when the annual report, our annual report from the building fund was exactly the same.
exactly the same.
It still is now, so it's
I
not
mean,
even
it's
20.
a little different, but you know.
Change a couple of numbers.
yeah. All right, did you sign up for any of the mass housing partnership?
I saw that they were on for this week. I just haven't had time to
Okay.
head out there.
He's going away anyway. He's got things on his
I
mind.
know. Okay, and as far as I know, they haven't done any recent webinars. Water restrictions still in place, right? Yeah. Any word on how that's
Mm.
progressing?
A lot of room and control, but now, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Updates on all potential housing projects. I know that, Rick Lincoln, his project there in Thomas Street, I know they had a public hearing in that, right? Or they were. in
They've been
front of the ZBA.
continuing.
Okay, so,
My understanding is he's not gonna come in off of Cushman Drive anymore. He's gonna come in off of Marion Drive, I think.
completely
I think
exclusive
so. Maybe have an emergency access
on
from a house over
Cushman,
on Castle Beach.
really? That should go over well.
Yeah. Emergency access. I mean, that's,
Okay, all right, yeah, I just think everything's at a standstill till the water issue gets resolved. There's really,
yes.
there's really no developers want to do anything at the moment. Have we heard anything?
Now, let's give me a couple of people, as far as anything to create, other than big giant single families,
Yeah,
there's a few of those going on that drilling a well.
they're drilling their own wells, yeah.
As far as anything multifamily or affordable or any of that,
Mhm.
just,
Okay. I saw the Pembroke Street property that Habitat was looking at, which is sold, went for 192. And it was
what'd you go for?
192.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of taxes or something.
Yeah,
Cause it's a
probably.
house on the lot, I mean, so. It must
Yeah,
be-
so they must have just bought that lot. Because I think
Yeah.
the one behind it was for sale too, and that Habitat was looking at both of them.
Yeah,
But it was, I'm trying to think of the name of the company, but it sounded like a development
Yeah.
company of some sort, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, they'll have to, do they have to go through the historic commission because that house is old? Yeah.
what they're gonna do, I don't know, I mean, for that price, then I don't know. But it's sold for a lot less than what my house lots are going for right now,
Right,
so.
well, I
Whether it's
guess
because of the cost of taking the house down, or else there was some taxes that had to be paid in, I don't know.
both, I think,
Yeah.
yeah, because I understand the house is not habitable.
No,
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we've got that, the development of Wapping Road, that's moving along. Have they decided what they're going to do there as far as water?
well, they're putting in wells.
They're
This
putting
is,
in wells.
Glen Priola's on,
Mhm.
it's putting in wells.
Okay, and how many units?
I think 30 duplexes,
Okay,
somewhere around
and how many of those will be affordable? Is it-
25%.
Oh, it's a 40.
It's a
40B.
40B.
Okay. So any idea how far along they are?
They've just done some preliminary stuff.
Oh, okay, so no building has taken place then?
No.
Okay, all right, so if they're doing 60,
I think the
20
next couple of months, I think we'll start doing road work and actually getting it in there.
okay, so with 60 units, that means there'll be at least 15.
Yeah.
That are affordable. Okay, and how are the ADU applications going?
A few,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any getting built?
couple,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this is like three-pronged. The latest from the water department is if you can supply your existing and your proposed out of the same service
Mm-hmm.
based on the plumbing code of how many fixtures you need, okay, but there's not that many that can do it. So we've seen a couple small ones, but interestingly enough, that not for tonight, but I was on the internet. I must have just typed in ADU something, or they showed something, but in California, and I'm just gonna give this to you to look at it, and you can, you think in California, that some of the counties have to do ADUs that are affordable, they have grants of money, and then in exchange for that, you promise for either 5 years or 10 years that you'll make it an affordable unit.
So
So
it's
it's a
a
list-
perpetuity.
No,
Just for a period. of
yeah,
time.
so kind of interesting.
Yeah, so what's with that? I mean,
So
I
the-
know it's a way to get someone to market, but if it's only good for 5 or 10 years.
Or at least something.
Yeah, I guess.
And then you get people sometimes that want to do it anyways for their mom and dad or their kid or whatever. And then they owe something, they say, sure, I'll put a 10-year restriction on it, so.
Mhm. Interesting.
But it's done with everything's done countywide over there, but it was, say, a $60,000 gift or grant, or some of them were, they give you the money and then they slowly they reduce, they say they give you $60,000. And then after the first, say it's 5-year period, after the first year, you only own 15, the second year. So if you don't complete your contract of having be affordable, then you have to come up with some money.
So in other words, you have to fully pay it back.
I pay back a portion of it depending on how long it was affordable.
Okay, and is there interest on that?
No, so they give you them, it's like a lien, I guess, on the property. I didn't look
Okay.
into it too much. I
Where's
just,
the grant money coming from?
from the county in this
Okay,
particular case. I mean, so
yeah,
I'm not sure that, I didn't get into it too much. It just seemed like it may be something that in the future,
we could
I
consider.
know they have, you know, especially with all the money they were talking about, the state was talking about having
Mhm.
available for stuff.
Mhm.
That might be something that
Yeah.
could work in Massachusetts. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if it's coming from a housing trust or if it's just
It's just it's a
Part
county,
of
it's a
the
fund from
general-
the county, but I
part
didn't
of
get
the
into
general
that, yeah.
budget. Interesting.
When you think about it, there's money available to try to afford affordable housing, but some people would do it, especially if they get help,
Mhm.
and if in exchange for that, for that help, they keep the rent within the
But-
affordable rent bracket for a certain.
So these would be rentals. They're not.
Yeah,
They're not purchases.
I don't, you know, that doesn't mean it couldn't happen.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sounds like if they were purchased, they would have to abide by the affordable percentages of renting it.
Yeah, they'd have to go,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever the, you know, percentage of the income based on all that stuff. You
Yeah,
have to go by all the regulations.
yeah, so I'm wondering how.
And
they
the
would
same
make-
kind of regulations we have here for either apartments or a
Right.
single family house. I just was surprised to bump into something where they were doing it for ADUs. I mean, I guess they're doing it in California, quite a few places.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering how they'll get back their money in investing in building.
Well,
If they've got to,
The
you
thing
know,
is, if
have
you-
a reduced rent and they have to pay back a portion.
No, well, they'll only have to pay it back if you don't, if for some
If you
reason,
don't fulfill the whole term.
yeah,
Oh,
okay. whether it's 5 years or 10 years, depending on the program. If you make it to the 5 years, you don't want anything.
Okay.
If you go 2 years, then you say, wait a minute, I'm gonna sell this or something, so, okay, you're still open. We had 2 years of something at reduced rent,
Okay,
you're still gonna have to pay back
all right,
a percentage.
okay. Because I was trying to find the profit angle, because nobody's gonna do it. if there's no profit.
No,
You
no,
have to hold out for your turn.
but we do
Yeah.
have people coming in for an ADU that aren't looking
To make
to
a
make
profit.
money, they're
Right.
just looking for housing for,
A
family
relative, or,
members.
yeah,
you know.
yeah, well, that's a whole different situation, I think. All right, and when does the new regulations go into effect? I know the Attorney General has to review them.
Which new?
That was voted,
Oh, the local,
yeah,
my understanding is they're retroactive back to the day they were voted. So I think if someone came in now, I think that, I don't know whether the Attorney General signed off on them yet or not, but I asked Val about it, and she said it goes back to the day of town meeting, so
okay.
they could actually process some of these and have them ready to go.
When the Attorney General
Yeah.
finishes their review. Okay, all right, so Nick's term is ending, and he was, wondering how this would work with being deployed. And I said, sign up again, and people miss meetings. See, people miss
Do you have
meetings.
to be in the United States to go to a Zoom meeting?
We're
gonna have to hold
It
a
might
meeting
not
at
count. It might
2 in the morning. We're gonna have it 2 in the morning.
And no, and then I said, when you get back, hopefully you'll rejoin us.
Yeah, so I thought you would prefer I left or save the spot for someone else, but
Well,
if it's
we have a
easier for,
demand
right,
for.
Only thing I can
positions.
say is that-
yeah,
If you have, it may make a difference in quorums depending on how many members you have.
you'd at least need another person.
You need
Yeah,
three
there
out of-
have to be at least 3 of us here. And considering that we've got 2 more members, right? There's 5 trustees right now.
I saw one person's term is also ending, the same date as mine.
And I was
Did you
like,
get the renewal thing?
yeah, and I was going, and then this guy
Yeah.
beat me to the punch. So,
Please don't do that.
huh?
Please don't do that.
I'm not gonna guarantee I'm gonna make it all the way, but I'll stay around for a while.
All right,
I'll re-up, Gene,
okay,
just so.
that's great. All right, okay,
That's a question for town council. Can we have a meeting when he's in, I have to see what the time difference is.
7 hours.
Is
I-
it 7
I really-
hours?
Yeah,
I really don't think there's a big interest there, so.
Well, that's saying, if you needed a quorum, you can make
Yeah.
them up.
Yeah, yeah.
right, yeah, call me up if you need.
I mean,
emergency
10
quorum.
trouble, 5,
Yeah.
What's the time difference?
7 hours.
So it's like 7 hours, so
7
be like what?
2 in the morning.
Yeah,
Well, you're ahead
or
of,
11
you're ahead of
Yeah.
us, right?
ahead,
Yeah.
so
So
starting around
it
11.
would be 10 AM.
It'd be midnight.
Or
5 to
midnight,
7.
yeah.
If it was 5
Okay.
o'clock, it'd be midnight for him.
Okay.
So if we met at 3, you have no excuse.
I might still be up.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Paul, you're probably already aware of this, but they have announced the new townhouse hours as well as the transfer station hours, so building's gonna be closed on Fridays, and the other days are 8 to 5, except Tuesday is till 6. And the transfer station, they've eliminated their Monday night hours. And they're actually open, start at 10 on Monday, because the guys have to take all the stuff down to CMAS.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot, they do a
Yeah.
lot of driving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, just to let you know, this is a 6-month trial. I didn't realize that. And then they'll have to decide if they're gonna make it permanent or not. Could be problematic with it being closed on Friday, especially for people
And I
trying to
did it
post.
Plymouth for like a year or a year and a half. Didn't.
Yeah, it's really problematic for somebody who has something timely, to have 3 days that they can't get stuff done, but we'll see how it works. It just means I've got to post earlier than. I normally.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, is there anything else that we need to talk about?
I don't know.
No news.
Okay. Let's talk about the next meeting. Okay,
Let's see, how long are you gonna be gone?
well, you're gonna be going until
Be gone in
November.
2 weeks.
Okay. I'm,
Not a year.
yeah, I'm having surgery July 17th. So I'm probably not going to be driving until like September. I
Well,
can,
I don't think, well, if something comes up, we can hold the meeting, but
Right.
I'm not optimistic.
that's
It's
something.
gonna be, Andy's gonna be coming up, so.
Yeah, so what if we,
Shoot for September.
for September?
Yeah.
Okay,
And if something comes up, 48 hours, we can,
yeah. Okay, let's look here and see what September looks like. The first Thursday is the 4th. So September
sounds good
4th.
right now.
Hmm?
Sounds good right now.
Okay, all right, yeah, and you're right, if something comes up in between, but we're gonna have to try and be sure that, geez, I can't even think of their names. The rest of our crew,
That's okay. That's why we have town reports.
it was just 3 of us the last meeting too. Well, Eric and Sheila. So. One of them's gonna have to show up. For us to have a meeting. Any word on what's happening at the mall as far as additional housing?
Nothing specific.
Okay.
I mean, there's rumor control about a major box going where Macy's was.
Which would probably be preferable to
Yeah,
additional housing, that particular site. So, parking lot at a mall.
it's got 98% support, but. it's, you know, still the water thing.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, Macy's already had water.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
and what about, I thought the mall was gonna dig a well or,
I don't know, they could.
all right. Well, I've been very this on. We wish you well.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, and we're proud of you.
You
God
stay
bless you.
safe,
Will do.
just stay safe, come back to us.
I will. I'll send a postcard.
I'm sure you will. With a picture of sand.
Yeah.
All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. I was just thinking, the guys that is doing a motion to adjourn, they're gonna adjourn to Kuwait.
All right, vote,
Nick, I.
Well,
Jean, I.